Marita Golden is the award-winning author of more than 12 books of fiction and nonfiction, including the memoirs Migrations of the Heart and Don't Play in the Sun, and the novels After and Long Distance Life. Many of her books are widely used in colleges and universities across the country. She is a distinguished visiting writer for the MA Writing Program at Johns Hopkins University. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Marita Golden to the stage to introduce Walter Mosley as he receives the Richard Wright Award.
One thing they cannot prohibit: the strong men coming on. The strong men getting stronger. Strong men stronger. Those are the last lines from Sterling Brown's iconic poem, Strong Men. When I was asked to present the Richard Wright Award to Walter Mosley, I thought of how much, how generously, and how brilliantly Walter has given of his creativity, imagination, and his hunger for justice. I thought about strong men. I thought about E.Z. Rawlins and Socrates Fortlow and Fearless Jones. Men seeking answers, righting wrongs, giving of themselves to others, making a way out of no way. I thought, how apt that this award is named for another writer who kept bursting out of the boxes that critics and readers tried to put him in. A writer who created a vast literary canvas: short stories, novels, journalism, essays, haiku. A writer whose work speaks loud and clear to successive generations of readers about the struggle we all fight in different ways each day to render ourselves visible in a world determined to ensure our invisibility. Walter has given us so much: the unforgettable characters and stories, the mastery of various genres from detective to science fiction to graphic, and proving that in the end there is only one genre: the story. Walter has fearlessly brought a searing intelligence, a humanist heart, a revolutionary's impatience to his prescriptive and prophetic social criticism in books like Working on the Chain Gang, Shaking Off the Dead Hand of History. Walter is a storyteller, the way Coltrane was a saxophonist, the way Mary Manderson was a singer, the way Judith Jamison danced, with a heart and soul throbbing and wide open, curious and listening for the next new thing to challenge their vision of their art and themselves. One thing they cannot prohibit: the strong men coming on. The strong men getting stronger. Strong men stronger. Thank you, Walter Mosley.
The Richard Wright Award is presented to Walter Mosley in recognition of his outstanding contributions to contemporary American literature, the 12th National Black Writers Conference.
Thank you. Everybody knows
knows me knows that as a rule, I don't talk very much. It's true. I mean, when I'm on stage. I mean, out there I talk all the time, especially if you're pretty. But I'm going to say a few things because there seems to be like a few things that need to be said. Number one, being here is kind of like one of those moments where here you are in an historic place, but not quite aware of it. Like this is an historic place. This event is an historic event. I remember the first time I came here was in 1988. I had no even dream of getting a book published. You know, I had finished one book, you know, that didn't get published for a very long time. Paul Coates, who's in the audience, did publish it finally. But when I came here in a room full of writers, most of whom, you know, weren't getting published, this was a place that started a movement, or was, you know, one of the elements of starting a movement of us as writers going forward. And it's a place where people could tell you the truth in you know, those funny kind of ways. You know, Terry McMillan, you know, well, you got to steal the stationery up from your editor's desk and make your own releases. Then you got to put your books in your car and drive from church to church selling your books. And I remember her saying that, and I thought, God, I'll never be a writer. That's not going to happen. Or I remember the agents came up and said, we're agents, but we don't want you to come up to us afterwards and ask us to be your agent. It was a kind of a wonderful place where we were all together, and what was great was us being together. And so, like, I'm really, really, really thankful for the award, because, you know, when I came here, you know, I was just somebody sitting in the back over there, you know, that, you know, didn't have much to say and was more or less unknown. But I do want to say that I think it's important for me every time, you know, because there's so many of us who are really great and who in ourselves are historic events, and it may not be completely well known yet. One of those people is Mervyn Taylor. Mervyn Taylor is somebody who knows you better than you know you. You know, he's somebody who knows your mother better than she knows her. He's one of the people who speaks for us. And there's so many people like that who move through this event. I think it's very important to know and to remember. Anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you.